Hello, welcome to week 71 of my Zepbound journey. I am going to start today by saying I am very nervous about what I'm starting this week. I'm nervous about gaining my weight back. I'm nervous about undoing everything that I've worked so hard for in the last 70 weeks. I'm starting with that today because it's the truth. And I would rather tell you my in here gut felt truth than pretend I have this all figured out, because I don't. Um, I am in maintenance, as you all know, and nobody warned me that holding my weight is almost scarier than losing it. And the changes that I'm making right now are particularly scary for me. Welcome back, friends. I am Christine. This is my Zepbound journey. And you, if this is your first time here, have caught me in an interesting chapter. For a very long time, 60 weeks, this was a losing story where I'm down over 100 and I'm down 130 pounds, not over. I'm down 130 pounds, and the scale was going in one direction. And every Wednesday I got to celebrate, or almost every Wednesday. There were a few bumps, but nothing bad. But I've reached my weight, and the weight that my doctor and I both feel good about. And the job is changing a lot. And I am changing how I'm doing this. It is not how much more can I lose anymore. It's can I hold on to what I've built and what I've done. And this is a completely different skill. And nobody really teaches this skill here on YouTube. I follow a lot of people and I get a lot of good advice, but maintenance just seems so underrepresented on YouTube. So, my weigh in today, I will tell you, I was worried because week 69, I was 169, week 70, I was 170, and I didn't want to be 171. And I'm not. I weighed in at 169, so I'm happy about that. And the number has been going like this because it was Father's Day, and we had a beautiful dinner at one of my daughter's houses one day, and the next day we had a big celebration at our house with the other daughter and the grandkids. So it's been a lot of food, a lot of Whole Foods vanilla cake and brown butter chocolate chip cookies and all of that. So I'm happy with the number. So that's good right now. The reframe that I'm holding on to in maintenance is a couple pounds up or down is not a relapse. It's not. It's not failure. It is a body being a body. And I still weigh myself almost every day. I'm learning to read the trend line, not the single number on any given day. And that's helpful because if I panic over every wiggle in my weight, that's not the way I want to live. So, the thing that I'm doing that I'm really nervous about is I did not take my shot yesterday. My shot is every Tuesday, and I have gone 70 weeks like clockwork doing the same thing. Like repetition and consistency is a big part of the success I feel that I've had in losing weight. So skipping my shot is freaking me out. And I have a procedure coming up in August, so I have to be very careful about how I do this. I went through my calendar to see that I would land at the right day so that I was off at 7 days before my procedure. If I didn't have that coming up, I wouldn't be so freaked out because I could go maybe 10 days in between shots and then do my shot and not worry about it being within this time constraint that I have for August. But what I'm trying to do is go 2 weeks in between. So I'm not stopping, I'm stretching, going 2 full weeks between my 5 milligram dose instead of 1. And if that holds, the plan is to settle into every other week at 5 and see how that goes, and how I'm feeling. Now, I might at day 10 this week, like I might just take the shot if I'm starving. And my plan is to post during the week when I'm starving and talk to you about what I'm doing to not eat, because I'm really, truly worried that my hunger is going to come back full force. Zepbound has been a huge part of suppressing my appetite. That was a huge issue for me when I started. Maybe not for you. People all have different reasons that they went on this, but also part of it is money. Stretching the dose cuts my cost roughly in half, and cost is one thing that is quietly pushing so many people off of this medicine. I know that they're trying to change things and Medicare will be covering it for people. It's I don't know if they keep it confusing on purpose, but if I can maintain on half the price, half the dose of what I was doing, that matters to me. I think it matters to a lot of people. This is an expensive medicine. Now, has been decided between me and my doctor, and I am not telling you to do this. I have been honest with you about how I'm doing things since I started. You need to talk to your doctor. Don't just like willy-nilly skip a week. Everybody is, and everybody's plan is different. I just like to share with you things that work and don't work for me. And I hope when I come back to you next week that it worked for me, but we'll see. So please don't take advice from this old lady on the internet. Take it from your doctor and what's going on in your life. But this is what I'm trying to do in mine. And I also want to, you all know, if you've been here, that there are other factors with me wanting to change my dosage. I have been dealing with some pretty heavy depression for quite a few months now. And the hard part, that's really, really the part that is making me a little crazy, is I genuinely cannot tell you what is specifically causing my anhedonia, is the term they put on it for if you're taking a GLP-1 and you have a flat mood, which is not necessarily the same thing as depression. You can be completely flat and not depressed and just have no enthusiasm about things. I have that a bit. Gambling is not as fun. The casino is not as fun. Drinking, I quit drinking entirely. Now, those are all good things. But I have a craft room here and an art studio full of things that I've been pretty flat about not wanting to create in. And so for me, this flatness and also depression, some depression, for me, it was like, is the GLP-1 doing it? Is it hormone changes because I'm postmenopausal? I started HRT not very long ago, 2 or 3 months ago. And I'm just now doing like my second follow-up blood testing and my 24-hour urine test, which was not fun. If you've ever done one of those, not fun at all, really annoying. But it will be able to tell me how my body's processing some of the hormone changes that I've made. And so is that part of it? I don't know. Is it because there have been some painful things going on in the background of my life that would weigh anybody down and just bum you out? Is it all three of those things together? I don't know. I can't point to any one thing. It's like a spider web. You pull on one thread to try to figure out, okay, is it I'm gonna cut down on my, just space out my dosage, or I went down on my dosage. As you know, I went from 7.5, which kind of had me perfect hunger wise, everything else other than feeling flat was great for me at 7.5, but I went down to 5. You've changed one thing. For a while, I was driving myself crazy trying to figure out which one thing it is. And where I've landed is I don't have to untangle the whole web to take care of myself and to have this work. I can support the mental health side and look at my hormones, which anybody who's gone through like menopause, a lot of my followers are my age, I think will understand what I'm saying. Like your hormones are all over the place, that affects your mood. And I can talk to my doctor about my medication all at once without needing a clean answer about which one of these is doing this. I talk to a therapist every other week. I am working hard to take care of myself, and I just telling you this out loud just makes me feel better, because I think like I said, I'm very happy with Zepbound. I don't like changing my dosage, but there are some things like weight is not everything for me. It's a very important part for me, and I worked very hard and I feel better. And I don't want this to sound like doom, like negative. I will tell you what is working, the things that the scale doesn't measure, because the scale is like this much of it. My inflammation is down so much. The pain that I used to live with all up and down my spine, walking upstairs, it's managed so well. My doctor thinks I'm at a healthy weight. He said I could even gain a few pounds. My husband said I could gain 10 pounds. That's not a terrible place to be. I am so grateful. My gut microbiome might have actually improved. I'm kind of hanging on to that because my doctor is thinking, he said, well, you'll know as you go off this, if your gut microbiome is improved and you're working out and you've got all these other things in order, your inflammation may not bother you. I guess we're going to see. So there is a real chance that the inflammation that used to ruin my life will not come roaring back. I'm taking collagen and Cosamin. I work out 5 times a week. I eat healthy. It's not just the Zepbound. The Zepbound helped me do all that. So I'm still freaked out. I'm afraid of a number going up after the pain, that I've been through losing it, and of the pain coming back. Those are real fears for me. And I said I'm in the gym 5 days a week. I'm lifting heavier than the version of me from 2 years ago, or even a year ago. It's been a year and a half. So that strength is mine. That no dose change is going to take that away. I will keep lifting weights, and I will keep walking or jogging 5 miles, and I will keep prioritizing protein and doing the things that I have put into place. So today, if you came here for a pep talk, I don't know if that was a pep talk. That was the most honest video I think I've done. They're all honest. That was the most heartfelt TMI video, I guess. I mean, I'm always very genuine with you. This one just went a little bit deeper than I probably would have liked, but I think if, there's always more than one thing that contributes to your weight gain, and you can control what you can control. And I am freaked out about changing what I've done that has been working so well for me. But you are not always going to be in control of your outcome with these drugs or without these drugs. You won't always know which thread is causing what for you. Sometimes the web stays tangled and you have to live in it anyway. And that's what I've been doing. But you are in control of the next choice, the next meal, the next walk, the next conversation with your doctor, explaining to them what is working for you and advocating for yourself. The decision to keep showing up every day, even when you're nervous. I'm terrified of waking up tomorrow with my hunger level being where it was before. And I have to look at the changes that I've made, and you have to look at the changes that you've made that are going to help you be successful. I mean, maybe it will be taking the shot every week for the rest of your life, which is what I would have been perfectly happy to do if my mood were a little bit better. But I'm really trying to do everything I can to feel optimally in my life, to feel good and not be so flat. So, and maintain. Is that too much to ask? Maybe it is. I don't think it is. So if this chapter, the maintenance part, now I'm not actively losing this. You can look at my old videos to see the actively losing and the things that I did. But this is the scary part for me. And if this is where you're at, I'd love to hear it in the comments. I get so much inspiration from all of you. I read all the comments. I respond to all the comments. I love hearing from my friends, and we're figuring this out together. I learn more from you, I think, than you learn from me, and I love hearing from you. So that's it for this Wednesday. I will see you next Wednesday, and it will be week 72. I'd love to hear how it's going for you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.